Rose.
What up, Dow?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the cool check-in.
We're Jalen and Jacoby on ESPN 2. What do we do?
Give the people what they want.
We always give the people what they want. One thing we don't do is lie to the people.
Never.
We pre-tape the show today. You are watching this right now on ESPN 2. Game 7 is either going on and you made the right decision because who needs to see Game 7 of the World Series when you got Jalen and Jacoby on another channel, or you're watching a re-air of this and Game 7 is over. However, right now, there is a man that is very intently watching Game 7. There is a mystery bettor in Las Vegas who is making millions of dollars betting on the World Series. R.J. Bell first reported on Tuesday that there was a man in Las Vegas who was 5-0 betting on the World Series games. He then put $8 million on the Dodgers to win Game 6. He won that. He now has an estimated $14 million. He's younger than 30, he's Eastern European, and he's spreading bets all across town. Jalen Rose, if you had $14 million riding on the game, where would you watch it? How would you watch it?
I think I know who this is.
Oh, you do?
And that description ain't accurate.
Oh, okay. Who is this?
The same person who I would be watching the fight with. The same person I would be watching the game with. It's Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd. Yeah, it's definitely Floyd.
It's Floyd Mayweather.
It's definitely Floyd. He's the only person that would bet on this.
That's all this is.
You know what the Eastern European stuff is? Just throwing off the IRS.
No question.
He doesn't want the IRS to get involved.
Question.
He doesn't want anyone to know he's betting $14 million.
Fellow Michigander, newly retired, pays attention to the sports landscape and will bet 7 figures on basketball, football, himself. You might as well at him right now and let him know Jalen and Jacoby know that's you.
We know that it's you. Here's the thing. Can't you just keep the $14 million and just watch Game 7? Maybe bet $100 on it. Like, if you got $14 million, why are you gambling it again?
Because at this point, he feels like he knows who's going to win. They're playing at home. They got a chance to bring Kershaw to the dugout if things get tight late. And that could work both ways. It's going to be interesting to see for his legacy if he's brought in late. Kershaw is able to close out the deal.
I would just like to congratulate the Dodgers right now, you know, because this is going to air after the game's over. I'm pretty sure the Dodgers are going to win. It's here in Los Angeles. They got all their pitchers ready. Puig hit a couple home runs. Congratulations to him. Tormund. What do I call him? Tormund. He hit a couple home runs. The Dodgers won. You know that, right?
So I'm going to flip the page, and I'm going to go with Houston. I truly am. And not just because I played with a couple of Texas boys in college, and Ray and Jimmy, and our theme song was the Ghetto Boys, and I know UGK represent Texas, so they all made me feel when I was young like I was a part of that culture.
Oh, so you think so?
Jake
Houston
Prince.
won. So you're going to congratulate Houston?
Yeah, I'm congratulating Houston.
I'm congratulating Los Angeles.
Throw it up.
Dave McMenamin.
Many.
Is reporting that after a 3-4 start, the Cleveland Cavaliers had a, you'll never believe it, players-only meeting. Now, we don't like meetings on this program. We don't have a lot of meetings on this show, but it seems like the Cavs love to have a lot of meetings. Why are they having so many meetings? Take us behind the curtain. What happens in this meeting?
Here's what happens in this meeting. There's one major distinction as it relates to this team. Was LeBron in the meeting?
Yes.
Okay, well, it ain't a players' meeting.
You'll never
He a part of ownership.
You'll never believe this. Dave McMenamin is reporting that LeBron was vocal in the meeting.
No.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I wonder who called the meeting.
I wonder who stood at the front of the meeting with a PowerPoint.
Like a teacher in the classroom.
Exactly. This was LeBron having a lecture. Is
no
what
question.
It was. You have to raise your hand to speak if your name's not LeBron James.
Absolutely. I'm the reason why each of you guys are in uniform.
How often do you guys have player-only meetings?
It depends on how bad your squad is.
Yeah.
And or if you're meeting expectations. What do we gauge success on?
Realistic expectations.
What are the Cavs' expectations?
They got to win the championship.
Okay. 3-4, you ain't on your way.
That's not it. That's not it.
Okay. And so you're having a lot. Here's what the Cavs are going to have to get used to. And this is interesting.
Injured players?
No. Playing with a squad of individuals who don't have a championship pedigree.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Dwayne Wade? There's a lot of people on that team that have rings.
You're integrating Derrick Rose. You're integrating Jeff Green. These are people that you're really going to rely on.
Isaiah Thomas eventually.
But here's the true problem for the squad. The pillars of their defense are Derrick Rose and Kevin Love. Rose isn't going to contain the ball, and Love isn't going to rim protect. And in the NBA, if you can't stop me off the bounce, and you can't stop me at the hoop, I'm getting buckets if I get hot. And that's their issue, along with the fact they're not making threes at a rapid rate like they were last year.
Well, Ty Lue said Tuesday that the guys were not having fun. Guess what? When you're losing, you're not having fun.
Correct.
Losing's not fun.
And also, they don't have Kyrie to close the game.
No.
That's something they got to figure
LeBron
out
says
as
he's
well.
out of shape. He needs to play more minutes.
And
is what
also,
he's decided.
don't forget that they traded Kyrie for another guy that averaged 30 points a game that's not playing.
Yeah, he's not
Isaiah
there.
Thomas.
He's not there. Great Halloween costume, though. So earlier this
We
week,
won't easy.
the Sixers declined to pick up their fourth-year option on Jahlil Okafor, who has not seen the court that much this year at all. Here's what he had to say, quote, "I've asked for a buyout. I had a talk with Brian about that yesterday just because I want to play. I know that's not being here. I know a buyout is one of the options where I get an opportunity to play elsewhere and to get on the court. But Brian didn't think it would be a good idea because he said they would be giving me away to a team for free, but that's pretty much where we stand right now. I'm just worried about my career. I want to be on the court."
I have word from my fellow NBA brethren.
Okay, what's that?
Jahlil Okafor. I've been in this situation. First round pick of the Nuggets, starting in the playoffs, playing in the rookie game, breaking the team's all-time assist record for a rookie, coming back second year, trying to continue to get better, leading the team in assists. Then I got traded to Indiana. And you know what happened that year? DNPs.
Larry Brown year.
15. So my advice is, number one, don't do anything where they can find you when they're not playing you. Don't be late for practice. Don't be insubordinate. Don't be popping off. When you go to the game and you have on a jersey, but underneath it you have black sleeves on, I've been there in Indiana. I've been there in Phoenix. That's before the game, you know, regardless of the score, regardless of foul trouble, regardless of the matchups, we could be up 20 or down 20. They're not putting me in.
Really?
You know what that means? They're trying to nudge you out of the league. So you have to find a way to persevere psychologically, emotionally, get through it, and then find another opportunity elsewhere. Because I think on the box in particular, he can get buckets.
Coming up next on Jalen Jacoby, Kyrie Irving says he wants answers. Says he has some questions and needs some answers. Jacoby, Jalen Rose, we reviewed a lot of athlete Halloween costumes, and this one athlete, Kristaps Porzingis, actually went as himself for Halloween. As you can see right here in this picture, here he is in a unicorn mask because he has been dubbed the unicorn, first by Kevin Durant, but we've all accepted that. He also had some other interesting things to say. He's been kind of tearing it up this year. You know, he's leading the league, points and such, and scoring a lot of buckets. But he said this to a Latvian website, Sporta Centers, which we might have some legal problems with, but we'll go on from there. I guess these lawyers are not checking Latvian website names. But he told Sporta Centers that he didn't go to the exit interview with the Knicks because he wanted to stand up against Phil Jackson, and said that Carmelo and the other players would not do anything to stand up against Phil Jackson. Interesting information. How do you think that him not going to the meeting contributed to Phil Jackson's ousting?
It contributed a lot because if you're the owner of the squad, you see this 7-foot ball player that's so young in his career that can shoot from 30 and dunk over the top and has shown so much promise to be the future of the franchise, yet we're advised by Phil Jackson, who you gave $60+ million, who, by the way, you did it when the fans were picketing your ouster as the owner. Ended up being a smart move. I've been talking about this for years. And then the next domino was what? Phil signed Carmelo. But the only way to get Carmelo to come back was what? Give him a no-trade clause. So you have him on the roster, you have Phil on the roster, you're paying him top dollar, but you're not actually turning the basketball team over to your best young player. And so for him to make that move, it clearly was a catalyst for not only Phil to leave, but for Carmelo to waive his no-trade clause.
Was it also a little bit of a sneak diss shot at Carmelo that he was telling the Latvian person, not thinking that the American media would ever see it?
I don't think it was a sneak diss. I think he was being factual. I like the fact that he embracing his nickname. The Knicks have shown some promise. Scott Perry's done a really good job of putting together Tim Hardaway Jr., Cantor's being a really good contributor. His personality, Cantor's going to be welcomed in the New York market. He's really outgoing. He has a good personality. And this is not for everybody, but on Halloween, certain men take the opportunity to be fools, and certain women take the opportunity to be freaks. He was kind of like in the middle.
Okay. Kyrie Irving was on Gino Ariema's podcast. Everyone's got a podcast. So Kyrie's on Gino Auriemma's podcast, and of course he was asked about the flat Earth stuff, where he continued to double down on his stance that the Earth is flat. He has not seen a real picture of the Earth, according to him. But that's not the interesting part. What I found most interesting was what he had to say about the moon landing. He's moved on from the flat Earth thing, and now he's questioning the moon landing, and here's his reasoning.
Like literally as simple as this.